He's a Latin Grammy nominated artist. He's a singer, songwriter, and actor. His songs include Getting Closer, Let It Be Me, and recently released new single, Clarity. Today, he's talking to the moon about a new show on NBC. Justin Jesso, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Currently, you're a contestant on NBC's live competition show, American Song Contest, in which contestants compete to win the country's vote for Best Original Song. Break down the details for me.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, it is a show, as you said, it is a show on NBC. It's modeled after Eurovision. So if you're not familiar with Eurovision, it's one of the biggest song competitions in the world, where states, for us it's states, for Europe it's countries. Countries will send a representative from their country to sing an original song and compete for best, song, best performance, best artist. So they have taken that format and they've replicated it where states will be competing. And I'm lucky enough to represent the great state of Illinois, where I grew up. And I'm going to be singing a new original song that I wrote called Lifeline, which nobody knows yet, actually. I've never announced that. So the song is called Lifeline. And the message of it is twofold. The first is it's about a relationship that I had where I didn't know what was going on, and I felt like I needed a lifeline from this person. And the second one was I also wrote it right around, I was going through this depression. I had just, the truth is we were in the process of breaking up. So I had just broken up with this person, and I had felt this loss from this relationship. I also had just learned that my mother was diagnosed with cancer, and we were also in the midst of this worldwide pandemic. So I just felt like I needed some sort of lifeline, and I'm very lucky. I'm very blessed in my life. But I know that so many people, whether they're going through their own personal hardship or they're going, through the hardship that's happening today in the world, whether it's the pandemic or I think of the war in Ukraine, there's so much going on in the world that so many people just feel like, oh, I need a lifeline. I need something to hold on to. And so I took that and put all of that emotion into this song. And I wrote that outside of thinking about the American Song Contest. It just so happened that when the American Song Contest rolled around, I had just written this song and felt like it would be a really great fit and the right platform for it. So that's kind of, for me, how it all came together. I found out about the American Song Contest because of my friend Michael Bolton. So I actually wrote with Michael, I wrote his song called Beautiful World for the American Song Contest. And once we started talking about him using it for the show, he said, oh, this would actually be a really interesting place for you to, come and share your music. And through that, I got hooked up with casting and talked to producers. And, that's how it all came together for me.
Wow, you just answered all my questions I was going to ask you. I was going to say, how did you get involved in the contest? Did you have to audition? Was the audition grueling? I'll ask you that. Was it so much pressure on you?
I had to do some interviews. I had to send in some videos. It wasn't necessarily a grueling process. It had been a while since I'd auditioned for anything. But it was definitely, I definitely had to send in my best. I had to send in some music. I had to, go through and talk to casting and then talk to producers, and, everything was done remote because we were in the middle of COVID. So, it's very possible that the outcome would have been different had it not been remote. I hope I still would have been considered. But honestly, I thought it was a really interesting idea. I do a lot of work over in Europe. That's primarily where, I've been up until COVID. I've done a lot of touring in Europe, and, my songs have done very well in Germany and Switzerland and Austria. And through the Kygo, I have a song called Stargazing that I did with my friend Kygo. And I've been touring the world with him for the past 4 or 5 years up until the pandemic. And so, I've been in Europe a lot and understand how exciting and influential Eurovision can be. So when I heard that they were bringing it over to the States, I thought, wow, this is a really great opportunity and something that I wanted to be a part of.
And so just to clarify, or to set it up for the people who may not know, there's 50 states competing. Each state sends a representative.
Technically 56, because there's a couple, there's states plus territories. Yeah. So 56, yeah.
I've got 5 territories and DC, and each location sends a contestant to represent. And you're representing the state of Illinois.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, I am.
And you're competing against some big time names, as you mentioned. Michael Bolton is in the competition. Macy Gray.
He's in the competition. Yeah.
Macy Gray, Jewel, and that's just to name a few. I mean, how is that dynamic working for you? Is that a lot of pressure?
No, I mean, I'm really honored that these names are associated with the program. I think that, and that got me excited about doing it, to be honest. I really appreciate that they're doing it and think that they bring a lot of gravitas to the show. There really isn't as much focus on the competition aspect of it. It's really about how do we highlight new music. And even my friends who watch it, it's like, that's what, they're like, oh, this is really nice. I kind of listen and I get a taste of a bunch of different flavors of a bunch of different styles of music from a bunch of different places around the United States. And that's what's wonderful about the show. And I mean, we don't, it's so not, we don't even know if there is a prize or what the prize, it's really not about that. Where Eurovision, I think, is all about that. This one is just set up a little bit differently. Okay, so there are 3 places you can vote. One of them is on TikTok, and you can probably get there through the American Song Contest profile, but there's also a banner on the actual Discover page on TikTok. So you can go there and you can vote for me. It's like, it'll be like up here. It's one of these, and you can click on it and you can vote for me, and you can vote up to 10 times. So give me all 10 votes, please. Please vote for me. There are 2 other ways that you can vote, and I might need help from below on this, but I believe you can vote on the NBC app or the NBC website. And there's one other way you can vote. Chime in here if you got me. You can vote online. You can vote on the NBC app, and you get 10 votes per email address.
Okay.
Then you can vote online at nbc.com/ASC vote, and you get 10 votes per email address. And then you can vote on TikTok and you get 10 votes. So you can vote 30 times, 30 votes between the NBC app, online, and TikTok.
Yes. And Justin Jesso is the one you vote for on America.
Yeah, you got to vote for me.
There you go. Yeah.
Don't vote for anybody else. They don't need it. I need it. I need all the help I can get. Thank you, Moon.
You're welcome.